Hello everyone. This is the third video which I'm posting for this topic. The name of the unit is Indian Economy from 1950 to 1990. Already the past two videos we have seen that what is economy, what are the economic systems which exist, socialist, capitalist and mixed. Then we have seen the goals of economy, that is the 5 year goals जो भी planning हुई थी, perspective plans कि क्या क्या goals थे. There were 4 goals: growth, equity, modernization and self-reliance. We have seen that. Now today in this video I'm giving you a brief about the short-term plans, that are the 5 year plans which we followed. Now our economic planning started in the year 1950. The planning period goes from 1950 till date. That's your planning period. Now we can divide this planning period into two parts. One is before 1990 and the other is after 1990. Now 1990 acts as a dividing line between the planning period. Why is it so? Because 1990, my dear students, marked a very important phase that is called Gulf Crisis. Now Gulf Crisis were a very important landmark in India's planning period, because it was in 1990 that all the Gulf countries, the oil producing countries, they came together, made a cartel, and the prices of oil, crude oil, rose very high. When the price of crude oil increased, you all know crude oil will give you petroleum, diesel, kerosene, LPG, CNG and everything. Now when the price of crude oil which India imports from Gulf countries increased, so obviously your price of petroleum, diesel, everything increased. Now the price of diesel, petroleum will increase, your general price will rise, there will be inflation in the country. Also there were various factors like the country India, we buy petroleum from outside, we buy crude oil from Gulf countries. So once the price increases, it becomes expensive for us to buy now. Hence it brings down our BOP, balance of payment comes in deficit. So we'll discuss about these in the later videos, but important thing, 1990 marked the Gulf crisis. Therefore we have two policies, one which we followed before 1990 and the other which we followed after 1990. The policies which we followed before 1990 was mainly import substitution. In the previous video I have talked to you about self-reliance. Self-reliance means जो चीज़ें हम लोग कंट्री में प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं हम वो प्रोड्यूस करें, हम अपने इम्पोर्ट्स को कम करें. तब हम ये सोचते थे. इम्पोर्ट सब्सटीट्यूशन का मतलब है दैट वट एवर वी वर इम्पोर्टिंग वी वांटेड टू प्रोड्यूस इट इन द कंट्री. ना ये हम पॉलिसी फॉलो कर रहे थे. वी वर अ क्लोज्ड इकॉनमी. क्लोज्ड इकॉनमी मतलब होता है कि हम ना ही कुछ बाहर से लेंगे ना ही कुछ बाहर देंगे. ठीक है. लेकिन आफ्टर 1990 वी चेंज आवर आउटलुक एब्सोल्युटली, बिकेम एन ओपन इकोनॉमी. पहले हमारी पॉलिसी थी इम्पोर्ट सब्सटीट्यूशन की, जो चीज़ बाहर से खरीद रहे हो बाहर से ना खरीदो, कंट्री में प्रोड्यूस करो. हमारी पॉलिसी उसके बाद हो गई एक्सपोर्ट लेड ग्रोथ. एक्सपोर्ट लेड ग्रोथ का मतलब होता है कि भाई जो भी चीज़ हम प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं हमें प्रोड्यूस करनी है इतनी अच्छे से, इतनी कंपैरेटिव प्राइसेस पे कि हम उसको एक्सपोर्ट कर सकें. जिस भी चीज़ में हमारा कंपैरेटिव एडवांटेज है हम वो चीज़ प्रोड्यूस करें. जैसे अगर हमारी कंट्री में वीट हम अच्छा प्रोड्यूस करें तो वीट प्रोड्यूस करो और एक्सपोर्ट करो. और जो चीज़ हम प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर सकते, हमारे पास उसका एडवांटेज नहीं है, उसको यहाँ ना प्रोड्यूस करके बाहर से प्रोक्योर किया जाए. ठीक है. तो ये होता है एक्सपोर्ट लेड ग्रोथ. तो ये बहुत बड़ी स्ट्रैटेजी डिफरेंस आ गया फ्रॉम बिफोर 1990 टू आफ्टर 1990. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट सम पॉइंट्स व्हिच वी वर फॉलोइंग बिफोर 1990. आई एम नॉट गोइंग इनटू द प्लान्स एज सच, फर्स्ट प्लान, सेकंड प्लान, थर्ड प्लान, बट वी ऑल नो टिल 1990 वी हैड actually we were done with 7 plans: first, second, third, fourth, 5, 6 and 7. Now between these plans we had 3 annual plans ranging from the year 1967 to 1970 because of the India-China war and Indo-Pak war that we have referred in notes. Now if you see in the planning period before 1990, our focus initially was on agriculture because we all know 75% population was engaged in agriculture. So we wanted that yes, we should be concentrating more on agriculture. This was only in the first 5 year plan that we concentrated more on agriculture. As the second plan came over, in the second plan there was a very important economist named P.C. Mahalanobis. The second 5 year plan is also known as the Mahalanobis model. This person, he talked about industry. He simply said that if your basic and heavy industries are not developed, your economy will not progress. Now, what are basic and heavy industries? Basic and heavy industries are nothing but cement, steel, iron ore. All these are your basic and heavy industries. Once you develop them, then only you will be able to build up roads, hospitals, schools, etc. Therefore, the second five-year plan concentrated more on industry, that is basic and heavy industries. Then coming forward again, we shifted our focus again to agriculture, and then we came to growth and stability. Then we talked about being self-reliant, that is import substitution, poverty elevation. There are 7 5-year plans. We were actually concentrating on all of these areas. Okay, and our main focus was, we were not very particular about things. We were just mainly going around agriculture also, industry also. We were talking about poverty elevation also. There was no concrete thing which we were actually discussing about. But after 1990 things changed, because in 1990 we had Gulf crisis. So after 1990 altogether the policy planning changed. We talked about LPG. Now what is LPG? Liberalization, privatization and globalization. Liberalization, opening up of the economy. More private individuals should be allowed to come in the country, to open up factories, to open up companies and all. प्राइवेटाइजेशन, जो चीज़ घाटे में चल रही है या जो चीज़ हमारे लिए इम्पॉर्टेंट नहीं है उसको प्राइवेट सेक्टर को दे दो. ग्लोबलाइजेशन, ग्लोबलाइजेशन इज़ एन ओपन इकोनॉमी. ट्रेड, ट्रेड इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. वी विल बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट दिस इन डिटेल, but this policy was followed. Then we came over with institutional reforms. In the next video when we talk about agriculture, we'll be talking about institutional reforms. Institutional reforms होते हैं वो reforms जो कि अब हमें on the side of banking करने हैं, on the side of warehousing करने हैं. जो एक बैकबोन होती है, कॉमर्स की बैकबोन होती है एक बिजनेस के लिए, एक इकॉनमी के लिए, उसके अंदर रिफॉर्म्स करने, उसको हम बोलते हैं इंस्टीट्यूशनल रिफॉर्म्स. एंड लास्ट वाज फास्टर growth and moving towards more inclusive growth. Inclusive means including every sector. There should be no regional disparities, there should be no departmental disparities, there should be no industrial disparities, and we should grow like that. So you can very well see that before 1990 and after 1990 there has been a lot of change in the policies which we have followed. So this is a brief about that. In the next video we will be talking about what happened to planning commission, and after see, the last 5-year plan which was made was a 12th 5-year plan from 2012 to 2017, but this plan was actually held in middle, and in 2015 we started with Niti Aayog. So next video we'll be talking about Niti Aayog.